Hey everybody, today I'm going to review a very unique and useful lineup of pliers made by a company called Vampire Tools. Now they contacted me about a month ago and they asked if I'd be interested in checking out their Vampliers lineup. They sent over all 5 versions that they currently make, and even though I first saw these online about 2 or 3 years ago, I never bought a pair because I always thought that they were a gimmick. Now, since getting these in and using them extensively, I can tell you that my original thoughts were 100% wrong because these do work exactly as they're described. They're able to clamp on to a rusted or even rounded out screw or fastener. You can easily remove it, and it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money if you run into that during the course of a repair. Let's say you're an HVAC technician up on top of a roof in the middle of summer. Maybe you're a mechanic down inside of an engine. A small screw can be a big problem if it's stuck in place and you can't remove it. But if you have a pair of these, that's not going to be a problem for you. So what I want to do in this video is give you some closer up looks at all 5 in the current lineup. You'll see what's different between them, and hopefully you'll be able to make the best choice as to which ones are going to be right for you. Here's a closer up look at all 5 versions that they currently make, and as you can see, none of them are going to have the same exact styling. We have a very small mini version, which comes in only at 4 3/4 inches long, specifically designed for small electronics work, all the way up to a very large 8-inch Pro model, which is a replacement for a pair of linesman pliers. Followed behind that is a 7.5-inch long pair of long nose pliers, which is the newest addition to the lineup. And then we have a 7-inch long pair of slip joint pliers. Now the ones that most people have seen is this version with the removable cap on the end. This is coming in at 6 1/4 inches long, and it's the only one that has a spring mechanism allowing it to automatically open back up. That cap is included to keep the jaws shut when they're not in use, and it's not going to spring open inside your toolbox or your tool bag, taking up additional room. What really makes these unique will be the end of the jaws and how it has serrations cut in not only horizontally but also vertically, allowing you to have multiple points of contact if you clamp onto a screw head or other fastener, rather than use a standard pair of pliers with flat jaws. With a standard pair, because it does have flat jaws, it would only have 2 points of contact, allowing it to easily slip, where these having that curve feature, allowing for multiple points of contact as well as additional teeth, it's not going to slip and you'll easily be able to remove a damaged fastener where a traditional method just wouldn't work. As far as limitations go, you will physically need to be able to clamp onto the screw head in order to remove it. So let's say you had something that was flush with the surface or perhaps recessed. Even with the needle nose pliers, if you can't clamp onto it, it cannot physically remove it and you would have to find an alternative method. Along with that, there's going to be size limitations, meaning even with the large Pro series, which is going to be the linesman pliers, they're not going to work with something like a lug nut off your vehicle. The lug nut's way too big and it was put on with way too much torque, and with the pliers turning, it simply cannot remove something that large or something that tight. However, with small screws or even small bolts, it's not going to have a problem. You can clamp on and easily remove them as long as you don't have problems with clearance. On the regular version, the one thing that I did not like was this spring which automatically pops the jaws back open. Because I found as I was using this and I clamped it on a screw head, as I tried to remove the screw by turning the pliers with one hand, the jaws wanted to spring back open on me and I had to reestablish my grip. Now this is something that can be solved very easily because all we'll have to do is spread the jaws all the way open. We'll see the spring fully extended, and then you can just take another pair of pliers, grab onto that spring, press down on it, and it's going to pop out of the indentations. Now it's going to work as a regular set of pliers. It's not going to automatically pop back open, and in my opinion, this is going to work a lot better for most people. Comparing all 5 models stacked on top of each other, you'll quickly notice that the end of the jaws are completely different shapes, allowing you to have more clearance, more bite for larger fasteners, or maybe even extended jaws allowing you to get into some very tight areas where the other ones wouldn't work. Now remember, if you're looking at these, you really want to match it up with whatever you typically work on. So let's say you're an electrician and you only use certain types of screws every day, there might not be a need for the mini version and the linesman pliers might be the best for you. But if you're somebody that's only working on computers and you have very tight areas that you're working with, the linesman pliers all the way on the bottom wouldn't do you any good because the jaws are just too big, and in that case the mini version on the top would work a lot better. So now you've seen the entire lineup of Vampliers for yourself, and like I showed you in those clips, a unique jaw design that has the vertical and horizontal grooves cut into it would allow you to clamp onto a screw head or other fastener. It's going to give you multiple points of contact, allowing you to easily remove it, where a typical pair of pliers just will not work. Now what I'd like to know is, have you used these or do you own a pair? Would you recommend them to other people, and which size do you like the best? Leave a comment below this video and let everybody know about it, so as they're researching Vampliers, your comment might really help them out. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.